when God does them, I'm really happy. Like, when he gives me a whole lot more than I need. He provides above and beyond and shows his love that way. I like that a lot. There are other things he does that I'm not as crazy about, like when he does the opposite and said, I want to teach you to trust me by not giving you a whole bunch or by letting you learn how to live on just a little. But there's some things that I'm kind of split about. The disciples hit one of them in Mark chapter 9. In Mark 9, Jesus does this whole transfiguration thing where he's transformed into his full likeness as God in human flesh. And the disciples get to see that. But then he starts talking about other things, and as verse 9 and 10 says, as they're coming down the mountain, Jesus gave them orders not to tell anyone what they'd seen until the Son of Man had risen from the dead. And they went, okay, don't tell anybody. Until what? What did you mean? Because rising from the dead was rare and didn't happen. And so they kept the matter to themselves, discussing what rising from the dead meant. What? And there's a lot of times where God doesn't give us all the details, where he holds back significant stuff. Like when God told me he wanted me to be a pastor, when God made me aware of that reality, he didn't tell me, oh, and by the way, that means this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Because I might not have had enough faith right then to handle the information. So he held some of it back. And I'm glad he does that. Because I'm afraid if he told us everything that was going to be taking place to get to a destination, we wouldn't even start the path. So sometimes he keeps secrets. And right now God might be keeping a secret from you. And you might be going, boy, I wish I knew what this next step looked like. And maybe he doesn't want you to know. Not because of the bad part, but because the bad part might scare you out of completing the great part. So if things aren't going the way you want them to go, and you're not sure what tomorrow looks like, or even what today looks like, don't worry. He's got today, and he's got tomorrow, and he's going to get you through. So you don't need to know the details. You just need to know him. And that's today's Jumpstart. Hey, if this Jumpstart really worked for you, and you have a friend who you think it might work for them too, go ahead and share it with them. Send it to them on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, and let them know about what you're learning from the Jumpstart.